FaZe Clan has finally fired back. Of course, hope you guys all enjoy. Welcome back to more esports news. I'm a few days late on the story. I do apologize for all of that. All my sources will be timestamped and linked down below for you guys to look through if you want further information on this case. But yes, FaZe has now fired back with all of the crazy things going on in esports over the past few days. I was a bit behind on this one, but thought I'd give you guys a quick TLDR on the current situation. If you guys want their Tfue stories, we've already covered that pretty much entirely. And now FaZe is actually countersuing Tfue, otherwise known as Turner, for, well, a lot of potential wrongdoings, and it's very, very interesting. The first of which, guys, is apparently Tfue withholding upwards of $20 million in revenue he made throughout all of last year, which according to banks we've already heard was more revenue than the entire organization combined had. And so apparently them only taking $60,000, they are now asking for, well, their fair split of that said $20 million in brand deals, which he apparently did under the table or without their consent at times with those partnerships. And so we'll see how that one breaks down. Other allegations out though, well, there are quite a few of them, as most of these lawsuits do go. You throw a bunch at the wall and you see what sticks, and we'll see with all these allegations what does stick for FaZe, as they also do allege that besides those brand deals, the income he made from those brand deals, apparently he did withhold from them. Alongside that, he entered into third-party agreements without consent from FaZe Clan. He has divulged confidential information which was actually not allowed to be shared, and then he also publicly slandered the company's name and stole and misused company trade secrets which he did use. And apparently they have that being FaZe Clan groundbreaking developments in these social media tactics they did give to him. They taught him, they kind of, coached him into actually how to promote himself online and on all of his social media platforms, which they then show all of the graphs, which I'm sure you guys are well aware of, how much he did blow up ever since he did join FaZe, not only because of his potential and his skill, but according to FaZe, because of their said tactics on social media for growing all of his platforms were all used by him and potentially misused, and he actually shared those secrets as well. And very lastly, they also allege that he is trying to get other FaZe members to leave, and this also makes a ton of sense as to why we now have had Cloaksy several times. He has stated, he's actually clarified on Twitch clips and other clips as well, that he actually decided to leave FaZe Clan before Turner whatsoever. So he has clarified that in the past, and this actually makes a lot more sense as to why he maybe was doing that publicly. It was actually Cloaksy saying he was his own decision. It was his choice to leave before Tfue and all this stuff even broke out. He was going to leave FaZe Clan. So apparently Turner, alleged according to FaZe Clan, is actually trying to get other members to leave on top of that, which of course they call a betrayal of the organization. He's also already damaged the organization and stands to actually give more damage to them in the so-called future. So now what do they want? They want financial compensation for those damages, also an injunction to prevent Turner from actually divulging future information, and another injunction to prevent him from slandering the company, that being FaZe, for a long time, which again, this lawsuit, it just keeps on getting crazier, right? And then very lastly, what we need to know, thanks to Ryan Fairchild, I'll link his string for all of us, which comes down to the litigation, where this will actually take place in the courts, because we do have Tfue. First of all, his lawsuit was actually placed in California, which he does claim is the main operation of business for FaZe Clan, with their HQ in their home being there, at least one of their residences. He does actually state their primary terms of business do go on in California, whereas this suit filed by FaZe Clan against Turner is going to be located in New York. So the Southern District of New York is where they claim litigation should take place. And according to the first breach of contract, or actually contract I should say, that Tfue did sign, he did agree to litigation only occurring in the New York courts. So we're going to see where this does go. Ryan Fairchild breaks down as well a little bit into detail of how differently and how vastly different these laws could be taken into effect if it depended upon which court litigation actually takes place in, because one of the primary reasons why Tfue's contract should have been invalidated or should have been void, and therefore he could actually leave it and do the things he has done, is based off California law. And if that actually is not true then, and the litigation falls to New York, therefore that could mean that Tfue's or Turner's contract was never voided. Therefore the things he has done to slander the name of FaZe Clan, to no longer promote them, he took all of their names out of his social media, so on and so forth, that could mean his original contract, he was still under that, and therefore according to FaZe's new contract, he actually did breach their contract, not them breaching his contract, which means he would lose. So now we have both sides of the argument, right? And if you guys skip forward to this point, well, congratulations, TLDR for all of you guys. Pretty much both sides arguing that the other side voided their contract or breached their contract, and therefore they are in the right. Tfue, of course, first alleged that FaZe breached his contract, and therefore he should be out of it. And now we have FaZe saying, no, Turner, you breached our contract. You were still under contract, and therefore now we want financial compensation, and we're going to place some injunctions on you. A lot of this also depends on where the actual court or trial or litigation does take take place, whether it's in California, whether it's in New York, and whether or not that does mean that Tfue's original contract was void, because if it was not, then you have to deem by a court of law whether or not his actions that has taken place over the past couple of months have also then breached the contract he was still under if the original contract was not breached by FaZe in the first place. So now we're going to close the books on this, guys. We're going to see what happens in the few coming months and what could be years as well about these things being determined, because now both sides feel they're fully in the right, and we're going to see exactly who is, but it might take some time. As always, my name is Jake. I hope you guys all enjoy it. Esports news breaking down here every single day. Thank you for all the love and support in the comments, guys. I truly do appreciate you. I will see you back here sometime later today or tomorrow. Until then, take care, drink coffee. I'll see you soon.